painlessly and permanently. Provided you've understood the nicotine trap and realised that cigarettes do absolutely nothing for you at all. And let me make this clear, I don't simply mean the disadvantages of smoking outweigh the advantages, that's obvious. I mean you've realised that there are no advantages, no genuine pleasure or crutch whatsoever. Then you're ready to follow the instructions that'll make it easy for you to quit. The brainwashing has been reversed. Your perceptions have changed. The illusions you had about smoking have gone, and you now see cigarettes for what they really are. You thought they were your friend, but in fact, they're your worst enemy. Get it clearly into your mind, there's nothing to give up. The pleasure, crutch, relaxation, stress relief, prop, reward or friend you thought smoking gave you were illusions. Smoking is simply drug addiction. You're not making any sacrifice whatsoever, so there's no reason to feel deprived. You didn't enjoy being a smoker, that's why you've decided to stop. You're achieving what every smoker would love to achieve: freedom. You're making marvellous positive gains in health, energy, money, self-respect, confidence, and most importantly of all, in the length and quality of your future life. And you're losing nothing at all. This is one of those rare situations where there's absolutely no downside whatsoever and a huge upside. So approach the process of stopping not with doom or gloom, but with a marvellous feeling of excitement, a sense of relief that the whole filthy nightmare is finally over, and a feeling of elation that you're now finally free. Enjoy being a non-smoker right from the start. I would like you now to smoke your very last and final cigarette. You need to make a solemn vow that you'll never smoke another cigarette, cigar, pipe, or take tobacco or nicotine in any form ever again. This is one of the most important decisions you'll ever make. The length and quality of your future life critically depend on it, and there can't be anything more important to you than that. Unlike other vital decisions we make, such as what we do for a living, we can never be certain that they're correct, because we can never know what would have happened if we'd done something else. The beauty of the decision you're making now is that you know it's correct even as you make it. Having made what you know to be the correct decision, never ever even begin to question or doubt it, because it's only the questioning or doubting of that decision that can possibly make it difficult for you to stop. Don't avoid smoking situations. Go out, handle stress, and enjoy meals, drinks, and social occasions right from the start. Remember, you're not being deprived. You haven't given up living. In fact, you haven't given up anything. Smokers are being deprived of their health, energy, money, peace of mind, self-respect, confidence, and freedom. They are drug addicts. Observe them, particularly at social occasions. Notice how they're only comfortable while they're smoking subconsciously. When they become aware of their smoking, they're uncomfortable, self-conscious, and defensive. Notice how quickly they extinguish each cigarette and automatically light up the next one. Casual smokers will smoke 5 in front of you. You say, "I thought you only smoked 5 a day." They say, "Well, parties are different." It's always different. Smokers lie not only to other people, but also to themselves. Just remember that when a smoker leaves your company, they have got to continue smoking. The next day when their chest feels like a cesspit, the next cancer scare, the next budget day, the next time they're in the company of non-smokers, the next time they're not allowed to smoke, the next time their family gives them that haunted look, the next time they feel completely stupid. They've got to spend the rest of their lives paying a fortune to risk horrendous diseases, to suffer a lifetime of mental and physical slavery. The bad breath, the stained teeth, the wheezing, the coughing, the lethargy, the social stigma, being despised by the rest of the population. But worst of all, otherwise intelligent, attractive, healthy, rational human beings despising themselves because they're the slave to something they themselves detest. And all for what? What do they actually get in return for this life of misery? Nothing. Not one single thing. They're just trying to get back to that state of peace and tranquility they had before they lit the first cigarette. The state that non-smokers enjoy their entire lives. And the one thing that's preventing them from actually reaching that state is the next cigarette itself. Don't envy them. Pity them. They'll be envying you, because they'll be wishing they could be like you, a non-smoker, free from the whole filthy nightmare. Remember, your body will continue to withdraw from nicotine over the next few days, but this doesn't mean you have to be miserable. On the contrary, enjoy the process right from the start. You've been the slave of this little monster for years. Now it's your turn to be the master as you enjoy starving it to death. The little monster is searching for a fix, and you're simply going to let it die. If you're aware of the feeling at all, you'll only know it as a little empty, insecure feeling, a feeling of not knowing what to do with your hands, or simply the feeling of, I want a cigarette. It's essential that you stop thinking of it as, I want a cigarette, and recognize it for what it is, your body withdrawing from nicotine. And if or when it comes, instead of saying to yourself, I want a cigarette but I can't have one, simply say to yourself, this is the little monster wanting its fix. This is nicotine withdrawal. This is what smokers suffer their entire smoking lives. This is what keeps them smoking. Fortunately, non-smokers don't suffer this little empty, insecure feeling of the body withdrawing from nicotine. Isn't it marvellous? I am a non-smoker, and so I'll soon be free of it, never to suffer it again. That way the withdrawal pangs cease to be withdrawal pangs and become positive moments of pleasure. That way it can be like when you leave the dentist. Your jaw might still have a slight dull ache in it, but that doesn't bother you in the slightest because you know it'll soon go. That part of your life is over. You're ready to get on with enjoying the rest of your life. Don't fall for the trap of thinking, just one cigarette. One cigarette would revive the little monster and create the need for another, and another, and another. Nicotine is an addictive drug, whether in tobacco or in the form of nicotine products, such as chewing gums, patches, nasal sprays, inhalators, or anything else. These substitutes simply prolong the addiction. It's like telling a heroin addict who's smoking heroin off foil to start injecting it instead. Nicotine addicts used to sniff powdered tobacco up their noses. It was called snuff. And in Scandinavia, they suck on small pouches of tobacco called snus to get their fix. Taking the drug in a different way just keeps you addicted. And don't use any other substitutes either, such as normal chewing gum, chocolates, sweets or biscuits. The empty, insecure feeling of the body withdrawing from nicotine is identical to the feeling of a hunger for food, but one does not satisfy the other. All substitutes make it more difficult to stop because they perpetuate the illusion that you're making a sacrifice. Do you need a substitute when you get over flu? Do you look around for another disease to take its place? Of course not. Don't worry if you find yourself eating a little more at main meals over the next few days as a result of a better appetite. Even if you do put on a few pounds, you'll find that once you've kicked smoking with this method, you'll be able to lose that weight if you want to. But you must not start picking between meals. If you do, not only will you get miserable, but you won't be certain whether